Alright, we're going to review for the quiz on congruent triangles. So your quiz is going to look a lot like this. So let's take a look at it. Number 1, the triangles below are congruent. Use them to answer 1 through 4. Number 1, what is the congruent statement for the triangle above? Whenever you're doing congruent statement, make sure that they match. They have to be in order, okay? So, if I look at this, I got one arc here, one arc here. So I corresponds with D, J corresponds with B, and then K corresponds with C. So, if I'm looking at it, I want to go from 1 arc, 2 arc, 3 arcs. So that'd be I, J, K, and then that corresponds with 1 arc, 2 arc, 3 arc, D, B, C, I, J, K, D, B, C. In this case, it's going to be letter A, okay? So if you look at these other answer choices, they are in the wrong order, okay? So again, make sure that the order matters, okay? It's got to be in the right order. We talked about this on Monday. All right, look at number 2. Now number 2 says angle J. Now when it says M, that means you've got to give me numbers. If you give me letters, it's going to be sad because that's not what I'm asking for. So let's do this. If you look at our diagram up here at the top, angle B is 2 arcs, which is 53. So angle J, which also has 2 arcs, I'm going to put 53. Okay? Then it says angle K is 79, which is 3 arcs. So angle C, which is also 3 arcs, I'm going to put 79. Now both of these triangles have a missing 1 arc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add up the 2 I know, 79 plus 53. Okay, and I'm going to get 132. And then I'm going to take away 132 from 180. And I'm going to get 48. So that means that angle D and angle I are 48 degrees. Now I can answer number 2, 3, and 4. What is the measure of angle J? Angle J is 53 degrees. Okay, what's the measure of angle D? 48 degrees. Measure of angle I? 48 degrees. Okay, this was really easy to answer with numbers once I labeled all my pictures up here. Okay, so I can do these if I can do these, right? So make sure you label first. Down here, all I got to do is state, is it SAS, SSS, ASA, AAS, and HL. Okay, remember, you cannot use SSA, you cannot use AAA. So looking at number 5, I see I've got three sides labeled. Side, side, side. So this is going to be SSS. Okay. On number 6, I have an angle, then I have an angle, and I have a non-included side. The side is not between them, so this is going to be angle, angle, side. AAS. And then number 7, if you look at it, we got side, then angle, and then side. Which reminds me of one of my favorite songs in the entire world. Side, angle, side. You get it. Alright, so this is going to be SAS, and don't give me no sass. Alright, and then we're looking up here. Now these, some people had trouble with, so please focus. I'm showing you how to do these. For 8 through 10, you're going to mark the figures, okay? You're going to use tick marks or arc marks. So let's look at 8. Angle G is congruent to angle I. So I'm going to put an arc and an arc. Angle H is congruent to angle J, so I'm going to put 2 arcs, 2 arcs, and then segment GH is congruent to IJ. So I'm going to put tick marks on those 2 segments. GHIJ. So FGH is congruent to KIJ by what? Which one of the 5 congruence postulates is it? And so we see right here we have an angle, a side, and an angle. So that's going to be ASA. We got an angle and a side and an angle, ASA. Looking at number 9, on number 9 we see it says segment MN is congruent to QR, so we'll put tick marks. Then it says NP is congruent to SR, so that's 2 ticks. And then it says angle N is congruent to angle R, so angle N has an arc, angle R has an arc. Now, this says MNP is congruent to, so MNP is going to be congruent to QRS by what theorem or postulate? So I got a side, then an angle, then a side. Side, angle, side, because it's side, angle, side, right? Remember, tick marks are sides, and arcs are angles. Last one here, segment DF is congruent to CB, so I'm going to put tick marks, DF, CB. Angle D is congruent to angle C, so I'm going to put an arc and an arc. And then angle E is congruent to angle A, I'm going to put 2 arcs, 2 arcs. So again, if I follow along the edges, I got angle, angle, side, angle, angle, side. Again, angle, angle, side. So EDF matches ABC by angle, angle, side. Your quiz is very similar to this. So again, just to recap, hopefully everyone's paying attention. Make sure on number 1, you tell me the exact same order, and then you fill in all the angles so you can answer number 2, 3, and 4 with numbers. 5, 6, and 7, you pick one of the 5 congruence theorems. And then on 8, 9, and 10, make sure you label everything correctly. Tell me the same exact order for the triangles, and then the triangle congruence theorem.